We have time today when we are going to lift up some of the missions that this church has been involved in. And I know I had several people who have volunteered to share work that they are doing. Of course, I did not bring my list with me, so you're all just going to have to rush me up here when you want to come up and share. Who would like to share some of the mission that they are involved in this morning? Laura Beth?
This morning I'm talking a little bit about United Women in Faith, otherwise known as UWF. I've been a member of that group ever since I've been here, I think. And every woman, I'll repeat it once again, it's been heard before, every woman who belongs to this church or who attends this church regularly is a member of United Women in Faith. One thing I'd say about our group is we are really, really busy and active, especially right now. We have so many things going on. We really do need some help. The first thing I'd say is that we have several goals in our organization. One main one is to donate to nonprofit organizations or to individuals. Lots of different situations. We donate, we have fundraisers, big fundraisers that I wanted to mention first, so that we raise money so that we can give to the nonprofit organizations. Places like Family Service Association, Caring Connections perhaps, the food banks, you name it. There's a lot of them that we support in our organization. There must be at least 15, I don't know. Kelly would know more than I. She's our treasurer, Kelly Hansen. I'm the secretary, and that's why I get to do this job. But we have our three biggest fundraisers. I hardly have to say anything about them because they're in the bulletin this morning. The big one, of course, is the Bazaar. And that's coming right up on November 15th. There's a wonderful discussion of all kinds of things that we sell there and that we need and when to bring them in and all that sort of thing. But we also need help personing the tables that sell the different things. But also, you might want to think about if you have a hobby or something that you like, that you are creative, and maybe you work with wood, or maybe you paint or draw. If you have a craft like that, an art or a craft like that, and you'd like to donate it so that we could raise some money, that would be most welcome. And we sell, I'm not going to go over all the things we sell, but a lot of people like the Christmas cookies. That's just one thing I'd like. We always have a lot of them to sell. So that's the Bazaar, and we need people to help set up. We need people to be there. We need people especially to clean up. Those things are always needed. So we appreciate your time, and if you have some to offer, that would just be great. The other one that's in the bulletin and that you always hear about is the Boomerangs. That's another big fundraiser, and Dottie Lawson is so good about coming up and begging. She's very good at begging for people to come and help, because many hands make light work. I don't do that on a regular basis, but I have done it, and it is fun. We always have fun when we get together. So everybody knows what Boomerangs are. They're a confection that are about this big, really big, but they're delicious, and they sell very well. So that's another place we could use your help, either making them or dipping them. I'm a dipper. I like to dip. And other things that are necessary. And then the other fundraiser we'll have, but doesn't come up for a while, is that the spring rummage sale. And you know what those are all about. You clean out your closets and get rid of some things that somebody else might be able to use. And that's a fundraiser. All those fundraisers we use to support our mission efforts, both locally, as I mentioned, And the community center in Utica is one that we support also. And we also support UMCOR, and we do a lot of things that are very valuable. Other things that we do that aren't as well known, perhaps, one of our goals is to care for the environment as well as caring for all other people. And one of the things we do for that is we go attend the Earth Day in Milford, which is really fun. We take we have a team on UWF that I think we've named ourselves the Cream Team. We make personal care products, but there's a lot of other things that go into that besides just lotions and creams and things. It's dog biscuits are one of the things that we make, and they're very popular for those of us that have doggies, and some other things that are displayed, by the way, some of them in the fellowship hall this morning. That you can get if you would like some. And we also have a Pollinator Garden, which is right outside here. Mostly, I think it's from the back door all the way around the patio side outside. I'm not sure how far it extends, but anyway, right now there's nothing that needs to be done because we're coming into winter. But other than that, if you like to dig in the dirt, and so a lot of my friends really love gardening, and I understand why. I do not have a green thumb. Doesn't work for me, but a lot of people do, and they're especially looking for younger people because gardening is hard work. So anyway, that's a time thing. You know, if you have extra time, that'd be great. There are lots of other things that we do. We have a book group, UWF book group. We meet the second and fourth, usually. Coming up, that was changed because of the events that we're doing. We had to change that, but usually it's the second and fourth Thursday morning from 10 o'clock. And we meet for an hour and a half. And we read all kinds of interesting books that help us to learn about other communities, more marginalized communities. And I have read some of the most interesting books in that group, and they're books that I probably would not have found otherwise if I hadn't been a member of that group. One of the things that's most fun for me is, and this is one of the types of books that we read, and we just finished one of these, is to read a book by a person who's in a marginalized community, who talks about their life, and you really get an insight into how they live and some of the challenges that they have, and it's really interesting to learn about that. The other thing I wanted to mention, a couple of other things. We do have two events that are mainly social, purely social, and they're really fun. One of those is our tea party that happens. It's happening, oh shoot, I forgot to put the date down here. I think it's February 1st. I think that's right. Yes, February 1st this year. We're having a tea party that is strictly a social event. However, we still need help to set it up, clean it up. Everybody who does these kinds of things never has enough cleanup. And that's always something all of us can do. The more people there are, the easier it is. So I invite you anybody can come to the tea party. We have it in Fellowship Hall. We always have a musical guest. We give out mission recognition pins for people who've been particularly helpful. And it's just a lot of fun. The other thing I would mention that we do, all women are invited. I don't think men would want to do this, but maybe they could. And that is our soul care retreat. And that's scheduled for March 21st. See, we're busy all year. We have something going all year long, except the summer and when the gardeners are busy. And that soul care retreat is simply to relax, restore, get to know each other. We have things like chair yoga, karaoke. We'll probably have karaoke. Everybody likes that. And other things, meditation, journaling, a wide variety of things that you choose from. Anyway, those are the things that we do to get to know each other better so that we can support each other. And in closing, I would just like to say, I want to make sure I don't take somebody else's paper here. I would just like to say that being a member of Young Women in Faith means a lot to me. I'm going to get weird now. I have learned more from the other women in the group about how to be a strong woman of faith. And that's the best thing that I could say about it. It's a wonderful group.
Good morning. I know most of you know me, Angela Erdley. I run the Helping Hands Thrift Shop, which is a mission that I brought to this church 3 years ago. We've reached heights that we never thought that we'd reach, ever. I thought it was going to be kind of like I expected it to be a failure, but I said I have to try anyway. We are nowhere near a failure, and I can see this going on and on. I will say that within 3 years, we've just hit our $95,000 mark. So the mission, the mission does not change of Helping Hands, okay? We are out there for the community, and we are here for our church family. The circumstances change, but our mission never does. And the amounts that we give out monthly to people, the amounts of product or the amount of money that we hand out you can't measure that in what we get back, okay? So, yeah, we're always looking for help. Yes, we always will accept donations. We work with our community. We've enforced many different relationships in the area, and people know who to call. And I usually respond in a positive way, and when I need them, they respond in a positive way. But what we're facing now in our country is what we really, really need to look at. There are so many people right now that are going to be suffering food insecurity, okay? And this is not a joke. This is really happening, and I know you all know. What I have to say is a little hard to hear in both ways, but charity has to start at home, and we have to start with our own congregation first. Right now, each one of us has different intimate relationships with people of this church. We know and we don't know what people are going through. So if you are more fortunate than the next guy, nobody has to know about it. Maybe you can slip a food package. Maybe you can slip a food card to those individuals. They could always come to me. They could always go to Pastor. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this from the community, but we have to take care of home first, and then we will continue to expand as we always have. So thank you, congregation, for supporting us, and come see me after church, and we'll have some more conversations. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name's Lee. Almost everyone knows me. And the program I'm leading here for the community, keep talking about free tax service. The name is called Vita. V-I-T-A refers to Volunteer Income Tax Assistant. We offer free Vita to the community. Free means free for tax preparation and filing. We never charge any single penny for filing federal or state or both income tax return during the whole year, not just the tax season. We are also free of errors. So far, all the returns we prepared and filed over 7,000 since 2019 are all free of errors, 0 errors. So that's one of our big mission to the taxpayers, is we offer the free service to you and help you squeeze every single possible penny we can get back from the government. Yes, we already totally cumulatively $5.3 million back to the community, including tax refund, and saved tax preparation fee. And another big mission for us to the communities, to our student bodies. We are in Harvard College. We help Harvard College build the Vita site, and we also help SUNY Oneonta build their own Vita site. At the same time, we have high school students in our program from Oneonta High School, Lawrence Central High School, and Shadow Valley High Schools. So all those students' body involved, engaged, and in our Vita community program, they learn financial literacy skills, enhance their communication skills. For example, how to share bad news to the taxpayer, and also enhance their civic engagement, having more eyesight on their local community. And this year, we even expanded as a university union, having Syracuse, Cornell, Colgate, SUNY Albany all join our big community party. So our teams keep growing. And within these two missions, bring financial literacy to our community, enhance our student body. We are keep growing and growing. And of course, we cannot do it with our church's support since 2016 for all those 6 years. And I know we are keep going more. And I really appreciate, feel so blessed for everyone sitting here, give us a traumatic support, especially Paul. Thank you so much for our social media things. And also, I really hope and please keep supporting us, strong our community, strong our student mind. Thank you so much.
In 2017, several members of this church and people from the temple and some people from the community got together to respond to what was happening in Syria and Africa. There was a war in Syria, and there were uprisings in Africa, and we got together to figure out what we could do to help these refugees. I think you remember seeing pictures in the paper about what was happening. So several of us got together to figure out what could we do. We were in the process of gathering information, went to the center in Utica several times, and then we were still working on it when we had a change in administration. And that brought everything to a halt. But in 2022, Pastor Marty from this church and Deb Marcus, who was with the Planned Parenthood, who happened to go to Colgate together, just happened to meet each other here again and decided, let's try and reimagine the Refugee Committee again. Stuff is happening and we need to deal with it. So, since then, we have resettled, how many? 14. No. We have resettled 2 people from Africa, 1 from Venezuela, 14 from Afghanistan that have been resettled in our community. Some of them have out-migrated, but some have stayed. So, since the new administration, rules have also changed. So now we can only accept people from Afghanistan, people who have SIV, what is it? I don't know. It's people who worked for the military in Afghanistan, and we are obligated to help. We are obligated, and we want to help these people. So we are in the process of accepting 9 more, and we expect them within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll be resettling 9 new people. One family of 5 children, youngest being 1. Another one is a mother and a daughter, an adult daughter. So there's 9 of them. So obviously this is a lot of work, but we all do it for the joy of settling people, particularly women, from Afghanistan. And if you are interested in being part of this coalition, it's now called the Otsego Refugee Resettlement Coalition. And we always can use help. If you're interested in being part of the coalition, you can help in many different ways. Usually our main help is needed is in transportation. But also, since we are going to be resettling these new people, we're going to need some more household items. And if you're interested, I'll be outside, and I can tell you what we're going to be needing, but we're going to be needing them pretty quick. We can't store large stuff, so we have to put out the plea as soon as we know they're coming. And as I say, they could be coming in the next 2 or 3 days, or they can be coming within 2 or 3 weeks. So if you'd be interested in joining us, we would be very happy to have other people be on our coalition, and that way we can all share the work and the joy.
I'm also representing United Women of Faith, but it's a transition period for this group. Approximately 16 years ago, members of United Methodist Women founded this church's Green Team to promote environmentally friendly practices aligned with the United Methodist social principles. Since then, the team has worked to engage the entire congregation through weekly green tips in the bulletin and monthly articles in the Reporter, offering practical ways to help save our planet's future. Many congregation members have signed our environmental covenant, committing to waste prevention, sustainable food preparation and composting, reduced toxin use, and a smaller carbon footprint. The covenant and copies of the guidelines for following the covenant are available at the Green Team's table in Fellowship Hall, along with a list of our accomplishments over the past 16 years. Our achievements include leading 5 Earth Day Sunday services, eliminating styrofoam food containers for use in this building, donating environmentally focused children's books to the library, and sponsoring petitions and postcard campaigns urging political leaders to support pro-environment legislation. We've also beautified the building's entrance with a Pollinator Garden, as Flora Beth explained. This January, the Green Team will evolve into what's going to be called the Congregational Creation Care Team to represent the entire congregation's calling to steward God's creation. We invite new members to join us in discovering and sharing practical ways to protect the environment for future generations. Sign up at our table at the fair and explore the complimentary eco-friendly household items on display. Thank you.
I was hoping someone would bring me this microphone so I didn't have to. I'm here to represent Gray Matters, which is our social action team in this church, and we advocate for peace and justice around the world using the teachings of Jesus, John Wesley, and the social principles of this church. Right now in this fellowship hall, we have letters addressed to the President of the United States. If there's something you'd like to say to him today, see me in Fellowship Hall.
I'm Joyce Miller, and I wasn't on the list, but I want to say we have a very short window this year, my fault, for getting shoeboxes together for Redbird Mission in Kentucky. And so in Fellowship Hall, we have the plastic boxes that you can fill. The information's in your bulletin about what is needed. But this year, I've also expanded it to the request, if you're not into filling a box, they need new pillows, new sheet sets for twin and double beds, new blankets, and new bath towels. So if buying something like that is more appealing to you than filling a box, it's on the list. Sign up in Fellowship Hall, and they're due November 9th, 2 weeks from today.